Alright, this is part 4 for week 3. Okay, so we're back to the list. So, let's see here. You don't have to understand a woman in order to love her. I know Marcel has something to say on this one.
Well, okay. I'm not a big fan of the love story movies. I don't watch a lot of them. But the other day, the other day on my movie channels, there was Going the Distance. Never rented the movie, never seen it. It looked like it, would have its moments of funny. But I was watching it in between commercials on General Hospital, which is the only soap I watch, which is the only one left now. But there was a part in the very beginning where the guy was with his girlfriend and they were eating, and he was like, "Oh, are we done eating? Let's go to the bedroom." And he was trying to sex her up, and then she was like, "Well, don't you want to give me my gift first out here?" And he just stared at her. He was like, "I didn't get you a gift." And she was like, "What?" And he was like, "But you told me not to get you a gift." And she was like, "I told you not to get me a gift, so you'd get me something incredible. Or just to surprise me, like, oh, I know I told you not to get a gift, but here, I got you one anyway, isn't it great?" And she was like, "That didn't mean not to not get me something." And he was like, "What?" And then she's leaving because she's mad. And she said, "You know what? Just don't call me." And he was like, "So does that mean I should call you?" And she just stared at him. And he was like, "Oh, so that really meant what it actually meant." He's like, "Because I was confused." It was like the funniest part of the whole movie. Well, what I saw of it. And it's true though. Half the time men don't understand our little hints. Like when we say okay, even though we're really pissed off, when we say okay, whatever. Those are like one of the most dangerous words for a woman to say. It means you're gonna pay for this later. Just so you know. So yeah. Men, you really need to learn these things. Because not knowing them puts you in danger.
And if a woman honestly tells you how they are straightforward, because I'm that type of woman, I don't play them. I used to play the mind games. I used to go and you drop you signals, be invert about it, which be like, man, that trash is overflowing. I was just wondering if, it's going to pick itself up or something like that, put itself away. And, but no, men don't catch it. So I'm the kind of person that's blunt about it now. I'll tell you straight out. Trash needs to be done. Vacuuming needs to be done. Can you help me? I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't play those games anymore. I just straightforward about it. And if you don't like it, bye-bye. Okay, so 6, know what you want. This was a major point in my discussion later on, earlier today. I have to refilm, but it's pretty much, you know what you want in a man, so make sure that you are looking for those physical traits or little tics, personality, all those things, because believe me, you just, like, that goes along with the don't settle. Just don't settle. Eventually you'll hate the person, and you'll get into a bigger fight, and then you'll just end up breaking up, and then you wasted 2 to 4 years of your life.
And then you'll go out and get wasted.
Which I have done this before, people. So, and this is how I got this way. So, we're not gonna do that. So try not to.
At least it was a fun way to get
that. Right. So number 7 is, in relationships, having a place that works really matters. So, like, let's see here. Like, the example they have is create a space that works for you and your significant other. That's pretty much it. So, like, the example is, my dad told me that the secret of his marriage of 40 years was having separate bathrooms, and now I can agree to this. Because women, yeah, we're good and we look pretty, but we do mess up the bathroom pretty bad with our makeup.
No, we don't want to hear complaining about it.
I don't want to hear complaining about it. I'll clean it, no problem. But then you'll have all you men with your shaving of your hair and your face on the sink and everything, and it makes it all dirty, and then you put toothpaste on the counter, and it kind of combines into everything. So, I don't want to hear it. So that's, separate bathrooms is a good thing, But whatever you can make your own room. Some guys have a den. Some women have a library of their own or their own office, and it's their environment.
My husband has a half pipe in the
Yeah, see? So everybody has their place of pretty much zen. It helps. Okay, so number 8 is make sure you really know a woman before making a commitment.
That goes same thing for you women.
Yes.
See, I can understand this because me and my husband got pregnant very early in our relationship, and we thought the best stuff to do after my daughter was born was get married, but we really barely knew each other. We'd only been together for a year. And we really barely knew each other, and it took us close to probably about 6 years now to fully accept each other for who each other is. And even now we still have some issues with agreeing to disagree on things. So get to know your partner well before you decide to take leaps that you may not be ready for.
Yes, I agree. And also, this goes with number 9 is just be yourself. You know, don't fool anybody, because pretty soon you're making a lie for one thing and then to another, and it just keeps building up, and then eventually you're running out of excuses, and you originally forgot your original story anyway. So just, be honest with everybody. And yourself. And then believe me, it takes off like 10 pounds literally on your conscience if you're just upfront with people. 10 is know when to walk away if things get bad. Believe me, I do. I was in a relationship for 4 years, and after 2 years, I stayed with him. I wanted to leave by the 2nd year mark, but I stayed in for him. And by the end of that 4 years, I wanted out. And he grew to know it too, and we ended up just breaking up. And it was the best thing, because after we broke up, I found my other ex, which I thought was great at the time. No, but
he was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy, but he's too involved in his family.
He couldn't separate the relationship from his family.
Yeah. So his family won, I lost. So but hopefully some woman can deal with that. My first ex with for the 4-year one, he got married. So, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
And he moved out of state, so I'm even more happier about that. Okay, so I've talked enough. I've talked 4 segments. Okay, it's Rosselle's turn.
And I just finished eating, and I started eating at 9 o'clock. And I just finished at about 10:15. So
I'm going to get me some more water.
That right there shows you how long after gastric bypass it takes to eat. Now, I don't really need to discuss my week so much. I will discuss a couple of things about it, but I want to explain a little bit more about gastric bypass people, because I think people have really vague misconceptions about what it actually is. And it's not the truth for everyone, I guess. It's quite different for everyone, but from what I know, my knowledge, and from what I've been told, there's things that you should not do and things that you can do. And anyway, I'll discuss my week real quick. So, I've been having trouble with food lately. And a little bit of depression.
Oh.
And it's because of the food. It was in my blog.
Girl, I'm so damn busy. I haven't walked.
I
hadn't even done my blog. I just got it done. That's been a month.
But I thought.
I'll eventually. I'll probably read it on my break when I'm bored.
I've been having a little bit of depression because I feel like every time I try to eat something, I get sick. And it was true there for about like 3 days. Every time I ate something, I would get this nasty feeling in my stomach. And normally that feeling is the immediate feeling of stop eating right now or you're going to puke if you keep going. And a couple of things that I think was going on was, 1, I was eating too fast. 2, I was put on an antibiotic that was a very, very large pill. All my pills up until now I've been crushing up and taking. So this pill I could not crush up because it was an antibiotic. They didn't suggest it. And I actually tried to crush one up and take it, and it was a terrible experience. I almost puked just doing that. So I take them whole now. And it was okay. It was okay in the beginning, but I noticed the second I started taking this antibiotic, I started feeling sick every time I ate food. So I think that it might have had something to do with that, but at the same time, I have to eat. You know, when you're gastric bypass, you have to be on a consistent schedule, and I'm still trying to get back on my schedule I was before all this started happening, and I'm having a really hard time doing it. So Sunday, I had a very bad attack. I made meatloaf and green beans, and I make my meatloaf out of turkey meat instead of hamburger meat. And so I should have been able to eat it no problem. I've had my meatloaf before since surgery, and I ate it with no problem. But this time, for some reason, after about 3 bites, but it didn't stop. And I took a shower and ended up throwing up while I was in the shower. Yeah. Well, thankfully I was in the shower, but
Right.
But it was really just very more upsetting than it was painful. I'm like, oh my God, why can't I just eat food? Why is every bit of food I eat making me sick? Well, we went over 10. Join us for that.
Bye.